So our fifth speaker today is Dr. Xiaoming Li.
Right.
How did I do? Okay, so
Yes.
Dr. Li is professor of environmental science and engineering at Hunan. He has his PhD from Jinan
Jiangnan
University,
Yeah.
and he's going to talk to us this afternoon about biological wastewater treatment, nutrient removal. So
Yeah.
welcome and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to take this opportunity to share some knowledge about environmental pollution in China. And I'm not going to concentrate on too specific and just some general information for our colleagues in CSU, so that you can find the opportunity. And you can find a lot of things in China to do. And then I will introduce you something we are doing now, and or we are going to do now in the future. So that's the outline for my presentation, and including air, water, and heavy metals, and the wastewater treatment. So, and my research interests. So, environmental pollution problem, and also mentioned by Professor Kong, Professor Shi, and we have very rapid development in recent years, and at the same time, we have a lot of environmental problems. So, including the wastewater, air pollution, and waste solid. So, for the air pollution in China in recent years is attract more attention because the smoke, and so most air toxics originate from human-made sources, including mobile sources, and stationary sources, as well as the induced sources. So this is a very general information, and I show you. So the smoke in Beijing, this is in Beijing, yes. And the source of the air pollution is China, because they use a lot of petrol oil. So that is one of the problems. And in response to an increasingly problematic air pollution problem, Chinese government announced a 5-year around $277 billion plan to address this issue. So this is for the air pollution. A lot of measures government have already taken to try to solve this kind of problem, but I think it takes time, maybe within next 10 years. About water pollution in China. So this is the key point. Although China's air pollution keeps making headlines, as water pollution is just as an urgent problem nowadays. It's very urgent, and So its per capita water supply is significantly lower than the global average. So we have a lot of water resource, fresh resource, but per capita we have a lower standard. 1/5 of the country's rivers are toxic, so that's the nowadays situation. While 2/5 are classified as seriously polluted, so that's the water polluting situation. In 2012, more than half of China's cities had water that was poor or very poor water quality. So that's the situation. So see what pollution kind of the many is sewage and animal manures, industrial waste. This is two. And this is another key point, agriculture waste, including pesticides. So that's 1, 2, and 3 is the most important issues about water pollution. Pollutants including organic and inorganic and nutrients, and some toxic chemicals, acids, disease in the organisms This is the pollutants. So if too much organic matter is added, the dissolved oxygen will be used up, then will cause kind of the eutrophication process or cause an anaerobic situation in the water environment. So that's the problem. So for the municipal wastewater, for the municipal wastewater, so mostly it consists of the nitrogen, phosphorus, and organic materials, and especially some specific organic materials. So the second is the fecal coliform bacteria. So that's water pollution kind. So let's just show you some pictures about the situation, municipal water pollution. So some of the municipal wastewater was connected and treated in the sewage treatment plant, in the municipal treatment plant. But this is mainly in the big city. In a small city or even in the town city, we have not yet built a sewage treatment system. So this kind of the wastewater just discharge directly to the surface water that cause something like that. So another kind of the wastewater treatment called agriculture water pollution, because the fertilizer was overused or excessive fertilizer used, which lead to the eutrophication in many aquatic habitats, because the nitrogen and the phosphorus as a fertilizer be overused or abused in agriculture. And this kind of nitrogen and phosphorus will go through with the rainfall into the surface water and cause eutrophication. So it's very difficult to control in China. So that's eutrophication problem. So, industrial wastewater now, these kind of things are changed a lot, are improved a lot, because the government now take more strict, even more strict standard to control the discharge from the industry. So this kind of things now change a lot. Mining is especially for the heavy metals. So this is industrial wastewater before control and before treatment. So this is for the wastewater treatment. So government has take some measures. Chinese Ministry of the Environmental Protection announced a trillion yuan plan to start dealing with this urgent issue. So input a lot of money to try to solve the problem. So we can find a lot of opportunities now. For the heavy metals pollution in China, it's a very serious issues nowadays in China, but also improved a lot because some problems remained for a long time, and we tried to solve this problem, but it takes time. The heavy metals pollution refers to the environmental pollution caused by heavy metals or their compounds. The main contain cadmium, mercury, copper, lead, chromium, arsenic. So the government study has reaffirmed the existence of cancer village in China, which caused by heavy metals pollution. So China has more than 247 cancer villages throughout the mainland. So that's the real situation. Even in just last year, we have a cancer village in Hunan near Zhangjiajie, the country. So more than 100 people suffered the cancer from these heavy metal pollution problems. So this is some basic issue. So this is the general schematic for the wastewater treatment. So it's general knowledge about, I don't want to mention too. So next is our group research interest. And we do some research work on biological excess sludge reduction and reclamation. So that means we try to use the excess sludge. And so first we try to use some biological method to hydrolyze the sludge. That means to make the bacteria were broken and released their contents inside, and then reuse these contents as the nutrients for some other bacteria. So we also do some use this excess sludge to produce hydrogen, and use this sludge as a result to produce microbial fuel cell. Yes, so this kind of research. And the second field is about frost removal, and we developed a new technology called oxic exchanged idle regime to specifically used for to realize phosphorus removal. And also we do some research work on advanced oxidation processes for wastewater treatment. Use some high oxidized, strong oxidized chemicals to oxidize the pollutants inside the wastewater. And then this kind of the wastewater pollutants change or converted to small pieces of the compounds, which can be used by microbiome system. So we also do some research work on completely eutrophic nitrogen removal and its granulation. That means a new method for the nitrogen removal. For the biological excess sludge reduction reclamation, we have got some publications in such as bioresource technology and water environment science, and or even in water research, something like that, have the publications. For the phosphorus removal, we also get some new develop some new theoretical idea, and we suggest some new metabolism system for the bacteria. And in this system, and the microbiorganism can realize phosphorus removal. And we also got some publications in the water research in the biotechnology and engineering and bioengineering. For the advanced oxidation process, we have some also have some publications for water science and technology, Journal of the Environment Science, and Journal of Hazardous Materials. And for the nitrogen removal, we also get some publications in such as biotechnology, World Journal of Microbiology and Biotechnology, Journal of Environment Science, Applied Biochemistry and Biotechnology. This is my presentation. And one more thing I would like to show you. I submit a proposal together with our Britain team, and just show you a little bit. Okay, so I think. And this is express of the interest submitted to both Chinese government called NSFC, National Natural Science Foundation, and NERC is the United Kingdom organization. And this foundation called Newton Foundation. And we have a Chinese team and a Britain team. And we worked together and submitted one proposal to both sides. And this proposal will be evaluated by both sides. And luckily I'm the, okay, down, sorry, page down, all right. So, the chief scientist is Dr. Linda Mayer. He is from the Center for Ecology and Hydrology from the United Kingdom, and his team. And this is our team. Oh, so not changed. Oh, good. So, okay. So, I'm the chief scientist from the Hunan University. So we are asked to give all the details of your background, education, and your research work, and okay, sorry, page down. So the main problems, the aim for this research. Okay, here. Sorry. Okay. It's the background. Background is about do something research in China. So our study is to using a lake as a research object, and how to control, how to modeling, and how to manage the lake ecosystem, how to use their ecosystem to improve their ecosystem function. So we submit to just waiting for the results. So thank you for your attention.
Good. Let's thank Dr. Lee.